Welcome back to the news at 10. Now, if you're one of those looking forward to the completion of the East-West Road in the Niger Delta by December this year, well, you may have to review that excitement. And that's because the federal government has announced a new completion date for the project, and it's the first quarter of 2015. But the new date also depends on availability of funds, as pointed out by the Supervising Minister for the Niger Delta Affairs, Mr. Darius Ishaku, who told the news conference in Abuja that the project has, however, reached 70% completion.
This is a section of the East-West Road, which would serve as the main channel into the development of a Niger Delta region. However, the project has faced several challenges. Chief among them is the availability of funds. The total contract sum for the project is 349.9 billion naira. However, only 250 billion naira has been disbursed, leaving over 100 billion naira to be released. The government is seeking other sources to fund the project.
In the ADB, we have had a loan of $300 million, which $1 million. So we have assessed 150 of it, which we have used. We are hoping to assess the balance 150 this year. Shopee, they have allocated between 2012 to 2014, 93.9. That is almost 94 billion.
The 338-kilometer road stretching from Efru in Delta State to Oron in Akwa Ibom State cuts across 4 states in the region. The design for the project has 42 bridges and 786 culverts and is divided into 5 sections. The topography of the region is also affecting the project.
One of the problems in construction industry is the timing of when you receive the funds. If you receive the funds before the setting of the dry season, you do a lot of work, much more, particularly in the southern part of the country. That is the Niger Delta area, where you have almost 9 months of rainy season. But if you get this money during or just before the rainy season, then it means you are going to have almost 9 months of no work.
Barring the challenges, the ministry hopes to complete the project by the end of the first quarter of 2015.
Minister of Agriculture Akinwumi Adesina has threatened to totally shut down an Indian-owned cold room with a large amount of rotten fish in Lagos. 2 of about 8 cold rooms in the facility in the Alakija area of Old Ojo Road on Lagos-Badagry Expressway are under the supervision of a team from the Ministry of Agriculture. Our correspondent Loretta Chogo reports that operators of the cold room were nowhere to be found when the minister and his team swooped in.
From outside this facility, there's no sign indicating it's a cold room, but it is. This is an Indian-owned cold room facility that has been in operation for years.
We are in the cold room of Premium Foods. That's what we are told to understand. We also understand that this place is also known as Bexolag. We don't actually know which of the names, but we are told Premium Foods and Bexolag.
And the fish brought out from here is confirmed rotten by the Minister of Agriculture.
Now, I wanted to see that this is the kind of thing that all these guys are selling to Nigerians. You can see it's rotting fish. We have a situation where they declare that they have brought in 1.6 million metric tons of fish between 2010 and 2012. But in fact, the evidence from the customs shows that they brought in 16.3 million metric tons. If you came here and you buy this and you see it's rotting fish, because it's frozen, you won't even know, you won't smell it. It's only after you've taken it away that you begin to actually see it, smell it. People take that, they just fry it, and they think they're eating good fish. You know, this is cancerous stuff. It's very serious crime.
Another cold room under lock is opened. We're told this is where all the rotten fish is stored, an arrangement by the monitoring team from the Ministry of Agric. The visibly angry minister warns fish consumers to go for fresh fish while the war continues on frozen fish imports.
And when the government starts implementing its policy to reduce the dumping of fish in the country, these people withdraw fish from the market and they make sure the price of fish rises because they are saboteurs. They are basically economic saboteurs.
On the Titus fish carton, the production date is given as 9th September 2013. This is without the expiry date, but the Nigerian staff here, who preferred anonymity, fixed the expiry date as a year after production. However, they agreed that the Alaska fish, popularly known as panla in Yoruba language, is rotten. Their major concern is not to lose their jobs. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
Well, on that note, we move on to business news. Here's Adeshawa Josh. Adeshawa.
Well, thank you. Here on Business News tonight, the Naira traded flat against the dollar at the interbank market today as banks traded cautiously within a tight range in anticipation of tightening by the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee on Tuesday. The local unit closed unchanged at 164 Naira 95 kobo to the dollar, the same level it did on Friday. Dealers say the Naira is expected to trade around 165 Naira 5 kobo to the dollar on Tuesday and trade within a tight range as the market awaits the outcome of the MPC meeting. According to them, a further tightening of liquidity by the MPC after its meeting on Tuesday could boost support for the local currency. Now, LG Electronics has introduced a new patent power technology refrigerating set, which keeps fresh food frozen for more than 10 hours. LG says the refrigerator will, within those hours, keep the food from defrosting. Our correspondent, Temple Ashaju, reports.
LG remains one of the global leaders in the consumer electronics industry. Consistently delivering on innovations geared towards power challenges, the company has once again come up with a refrigerator that will work extra hours without power supply.
Such refrigerator keeps 7 to 10 hours cooling activity going on even after the interruption of power.
The LG EverCool refrigerator, as it is called, is built with 3 evaporators. Using a skeletal model of the product, the operations are explained.
Here we have 2 extra evaporators which is kept sides in the both sides, this side and this side. You can see evaporators are kept. So once power is on, this will cool the entire refrigerator and freezer. Once power is off, when NEPA is gone, this evaporator will take place.
And to clear any doubts on the functionalities of the refrigerator, LG says a third-party test has already been conducted.
Intertech has done a certification for this. Yes, this product is working like as we are claiming.
The cooling actually remains intact for 10 hours in the freezer component and for around 7 hours in the normal component.
There is already that confidence between the consumer and the company, which we want to keep and work to develop it better and better. And that's how we feel we are committed to give them the product they need.
Statistics have shown that more than 1 billion tons of food is wasted annually in Africa. With the new LG EverCool refrigerator, LG expects a remarkable decline in this figure. Temple Ashaju, Channels Television News.
To the Nigerian stock market now, where trading ended very bearish. And that's because some major blue stocks, that's blue chip stocks like Julius Berger and Forte Oil, among others, lost from their share prices. BC Coca now tells us more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. Trading activities at the Nigerian equities market was low as key indicators opened the week down 0.50% to 37,601.53 with a lower market capitalization of 12.03 trillion naira. Julius Berger was Monday's top decliner, stripping 3 naira 75 kobo off its share value. Other laggards include Forte Oil and Nigerian breweries. On the gainers list, Guinness added 5 naira 14 kobo to its share price to emerge Monday's top gainer ahead of Presco and Owando. Banking stocks remain the major volume drivers, with ETI, UBA and FBN Holdings leading the most traded shares. Total volume recorded at the close of Monday's session stood at 253.33 million units in 4,459 deals. And that's a wrap on the stock market reports. I am BC Koka.
Thank you, BC Koka. That's Business News Tonight. The news at 10 continues in just a moment.